Thanks for joining us. I'm Sam Shocker. And finally, it's getting a little bit more comfortable outside after those frigid temperatures all week. And looking out from Coors Field, look at that, sun shining after some dreary days. Keely Chalmers with our 9 News Weather Impact team is even outside right now. Keely, how does it feel out there?
I have to say, it feels great. The sunshine makes it feel great. And relatively speaking, right, it almost feels balmy out here with the sunshine. And we're getting some shelter, certainly here in the 9 News backyard from the wind. So it is feeling good. But I'll tell you what, we are in store for another round of some active weather as we head into really into the weekend and into next week. But let's take you up. This is a live look at the Eisenhower Johnson Tunnel and Loveland ski area, and we're going to certainly get a lot of snow up in the high country starting this evening. Certainly heavy snow in some areas up in the mountains tomorrow all the way through Saturday. As for temperatures right now, I was telling you, it feels warmer than it is actually because we're getting that sunshine. 36 degrees right now out at DIA. Current temperatures, we are in the teens and 20s for the most part across the plains. A little bit slower to warm up in Greeley and Fort Collins, where we're 12 and 19 degrees. A little bit hard to see out here with the sunshine as well. That's nice to see the sunshine, but it does do a little bit of a glare on the monitor. So we're, again, gradually warming up. Those wind chills still making it feel a little bit colder than it is. We feel like we're at 3 in Lyman, 4 in Greeley. Mostly sunny, making it up to 39 degrees for a forecast high for today. But again, we have some snow. Heavy snow making its way into the mountains. We'll talk more about that coming up in your full forecast, and the chance for some snow at the plains, along the plains and the lower elevations, even here in the metro area. All those details coming up in your full forecast in just a bit.
Keely, thank you. It's safe to say people who work outside are glad to see the freezing temperatures gone. For example, airport workers like the baggage handlers and ramp workers have been wearing extra insulated layers like neck gaiters, waterproof outerwear this week. Of course, because they know that once temperatures dip below 20 degrees, frostbite can quickly start forming on exposed areas of your skin. It's been 10 days since a man opened fire in Denver's Wash Park, shooting at strangers for no apparent reason. A person on a bike was shot at but not hit. However, a 23-year-old man was hit and is still in the hospital recovering. He talked with us about that very frightening experience.
And I start walking, and then all of a sudden is when I get hit, and then my memory kind of just blanks from there. I don't think I could have been any luckier.
And Ben Vargas says that because a Denver health doctor just happened to also be in Wash Park that Sunday afternoon to help.
I noticed that there was what looked like a gunshot wound on his neck. I took his picnic blanket out of his bag and I held pressure on his wound.
Wow, thank goodness for her. Vargas says he expects to get a final surgery today before being able to finally go home tomorrow. As for a suspect, Denver police arrested 28-year-old Ryan Eggleston that same day. He's charged with attempted first-degree murder and is in the Denver jail on a $1 million bond. Denver Public Schools is suing the Trump administration to try to block ICE agents from detaining people at schools. It hasn't happened here in Colorado so far, but Superintendent Alex Marrero says they want to keep it that way. DPS rather, filed an injunction in U.S. District Court yesterday, the day after the inauguration. The Trump administration rescinded a 2011 policy that prevented ICE from making arrests at sensitive locations, like on school grounds. Dr. Marrero says that created panic and fear, and it was on display when ICE carried out raids across the Denver area last week. He described a moment when he witnessed 2 children seeking sanctuary at a school because ICE was going door to door at their home.
2 kids were running top speed to the school, and when they asked, why are you here an hour before the start of school day, it's because my mom told me to run. Corre, 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 mi hijo. Right now, we're in a situation where we do not know if we can genuinely say schools are the safe haven, but yet for that parent who's experiencing that raid at home, school was.
And Marrero says the goal of this lawsuit is to have the sensitive locations policy reinstated so ICE activity is restricted at schools again. The Senate has confirmed Robert F. Kennedy Jr. as President Donald Trump's health secretary. The vote this morning puts the prominent vaccine skeptic in control of $1.7 trillion in federal spending. vaccine recommendations, and also food safety, as well as health insurance programs for roughly half of the country. Republicans fell in line behind Trump despite hesitancy over Kennedy's views on vaccines, but many of them have said that they do like his plan to focus on chronic diseases, such as obesity. President Trump also received a key win in court yesterday, one that is resulting in tens of thousands of federal workers losing their jobs. A judge ruled yesterday the resignation program can go forward. Around 77,000 workers accepted the resignation package being offered, which allows them to leave their jobs but keep getting paid through the end of September. That 77,000 is close to 4% of the 2 million federal employees who got the offer. And Elon Musk is now saying the U.S. needs to delete entire agencies from the federal government. He made the comment during a video call to the World Government Summit in Dubai this morning. He went on to explain there's too much bureaucracy in the federal government as opposed to rule of the people. So to restore that, quote, rule, he believes it means reducing the government size. At least 28 people are hurt after a car crashed into a crowd of labor union demonstrators in Munich, Germany. Police in Germany say they are considering this an attack after a 24-year-old Afghan asylum seeker accelerated into the crowd. That man is now in custody, and police has not mentioned a motive, but there have been a series of attacks involving immigrants in recent months that have pushed migration to the forefront of the campaign for Germany's February 23rd election.